What is AI art? AI art, or artificial intelligence art, is any form of digital art created or enhanced with AI tools. Though commonly associated with visual art, images and video, the term AI art also applies to audio and text compositions, including music, poetry and plays. In the art industry, some artists feel that tradition, livelihoods and authenticity of the human expression are jeopardized with the widespread use of AI, and there are logical reasons behind these feelings. Firstly, art that was previously only possible to be produced by skilled artists who took years to hone their craft and develop a signature style can now be mimicked by anyone using a line of prompt. This may tempt practitioners into taking shortcuts, and in turn giving up traditional foundation-building exercises that hone the artist's senses, voice, style and agency. Secondly, AI tools that can automate the creative process can lead to a more detached relationship between the artist and their work, which may result in artworks that feel soulless and devoid of happy accidents. Thirdly, widespread use of AI in art making might affect the valuation, demand, and distribution of art, depending on the biases of the data sets collected and used by the AI systems. What about art in the classroom? In Singapore, students rely a lot on their mobile devices or PLDs to gather information, edit and manipulate images, and all these would involve some form of integrated AI-enabled apps or softwares and in some cases, generative AI capabilities as well. In MOE, there are syllabus document guides that more or less provide a sandbox for teachers to do their best work. There's a framework for teaching and learning that focuses on building student skills and dispositions in the domains of perceiving, communicating and appreciating. So if we can recall how AI affects artists earlier in terms of tempting practitioners into taking the easy way out, instead of practicing their foundational skills in artistry, we can see a similar parallel to the art classroom where the use of AI may interfere with student development, in their ability to communicate and appreciate art. How do some teachers feel about AI? As AI use continues to grow, some teachers have begun to feel discomfort, and some are outrightly resisting the use of AI, especially generative AI, in the communicative aspect of art. In the process of art making, there are conceptualization and manipulation processes involved, and this is where teachers may discourage the use of AI. One of the reasons being, teachers may feel it a sort of missed opportunity for students to practice creative thinking, divergent thinking, and to further develop their personal voice and artistry if there is a dependence on AI to churn out concept images just by students typing in a line of prompt. In this series of artworks, you can see examples of conscious divergent thinking in different artists' interpretations of the birth of Venus.
Hello.
However, in practice, some students welcome AI as a novel and innovative tool that expands their creative possibilities. They might see it as a means to explore new techniques, styles, and concepts they couldn't achieve manually. And where students' appreciation of art is concerned, a growing sentiment toward AI is that some teachers believe that the sense of joy, confidence and self-esteem students experience through visual art making may be diminished when heavy AI use is involved. This is perhaps because they believe that drawing or mark making is not just a technical skill, but a way for students to develop a relationship with the visual world, construct meaning and produce tangible effects on the real world. However, in the context of mainstream students who are unwilling participants in the art classroom, AI could be a gateway for them to build inroads toward art appreciation. How do we negotiate with AI art? In the past, when technology evolved, so did our way of thinking about what we knew. And in the past, because of what we could imagine the unknown to be, human lives evolved and so did art. Before the 1800s, it was unheard of that an artist would paint normal, unimportant people instead of religious figures and royalty. Today it is perfectly acceptable, if not normal. In the early 1900s, it was unheard of that an artist would use ready-made materials in their art making. Today it is perfectly acceptable, if not normal. In the mid-1900s, it was unheard of that photography, graphic design, architecture, and animation would be considered art. Today it is perfectly acceptable, if not normal. And this too because of technology. So where AI art meets the classroom, perhaps an alternative perspective for teachers, students and practitioners to consider would be to embrace integrated and generative AI in all aspects and processes of art making, and to use it for what it is, a piece of technology and a tool to help humans create and express. The more we use it, the more likely we would challenge ourselves critically and creatively to design and redesign art and art education to achieve something worthwhile for ourselves and our communities. The more consciously we use it, the more we learn how to control it and harness its abilities to serve our collective will. And given time, perhaps our attitudes towards not just AI, but art's broader relationship with technology, will shift progressively as we become more curious in answering the question, what makes our creations human, and what is the worth of human in a world pervaded by technology? To conclude, perhaps a teasing question would be, how did the use of AI in this production make you feel? Would you have liked more or less of it, and why? Thank you and subscribe.